Have you ever brushed something off thinking, oh, it's just part of getting older, only to find out later it was something more serious? Maybe it was that constant fatigue that just wouldn't go away, or that strange ache that kept popping up in the same spot. You know, our bodies are amazing at telling us when something's not quite right. We just have to know how to listen. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. Because after 65, those little whispers from your body start to matter a whole lot more. They're not just random annoyances, they're warning signs, signals that something deeper might be going on. And the sooner we notice them, the better we can take care of ourselves and stay vibrant, active, and independent for years to come. So let's sit down together, grab a cup of tea or coffee if you'd like, and have a heart-to-heart about your health. This isn't about fear, it's about awareness. About paying attention to the small things before they become big things. Because the truth is, you know your body better than anyone else, and you deserve to feel your best every single day. Let's start with something that many people think is just a part of aging, but really isn't. Persistent fatigue. We all have days where we feel a little worn out, especially after a busy week or a restless night. But if you're constantly feeling tired even after a good night's sleep, it might be your body waving a red flag. This kind of tiredness isn't just about getting older. It could be a sign of something deeper, like a thyroid issue, heart problem, or even a slow-growing infection. Think back to how you used to feel after a regular day. Did you have enough energy to enjoy your hobbies, go for a walk, or chat with friends? If you're now finding yourself too drained to do the things you used to love, that's worth paying attention to. Sometimes it starts slowly, so you might not even realize how much your energy has dipped until you really stop and think about it. If you're waking up already feeling exhausted or needing frequent naps just to get through the day, it's time to talk to your doctor. Don't chalk it up to just aging. Healthy aging should still feel energized, not sluggish. Another subtle but serious warning sign: unexplained weight loss. Now, some people might think, well, hey, losing a few pounds sounds great. But here's the catch. If you're losing weight without trying, especially without changing your diet or activity level, that's something your body's trying to tell you. When weight drops off unexpectedly, it could point to issues like diabetes, cancer, malnutrition, or even depression. Think of it like this. Your body is a finely tuned machine. When something's off, it starts using up resources in different ways. Muscle mass can disappear quietly, appetite can vanish without you even realizing it, and suddenly your clothes feel loose, even though you haven't done anything differently. Some people even write it off as a positive at first. Oh, I guess I'm finally shedding that belly. But it's important to look closer. Is it fat you're losing, or is it muscle? Are you feeling weaker than usual? More fragile? If so, that unintentional weight loss may not be a gift. It might be a warning. And here's another one that often flies under the radar: frequent or sudden confusion, or changes in memory. Forgetting a name once in a while, or where you put your glasses. That's totally normal. But if you or someone close to you notice that you're getting more confused, forgetting things more often, or struggling to follow conversations, it's time to take notice. Cognitive changes are often brushed aside as senior moments, but sometimes they're actually early signs of something more serious, like dementia, mild cognitive impairment, or even a reaction to medication. One woman I spoke to recently said her husband, who was always sharp as a tack, started misplacing the car keys. Not just once or twice, but almost every day. He began getting turned around on walks they'd taken for years. At first, she thought it was just normal aging. But when he forgot the name of their longtime neighbor, that's when they decided to see a doctor. And thank goodness they did. He was in the early stages of Alzheimer's. Catching it early allowed them to make important decisions together and start treatment before things progressed too far. So if you're noticing more moments of confusion, trouble finding words, or sudden mood changes, don't ignore it. Write it down, keep track of when it happens, and talk to someone, a family member, a close friend, or your doctor. There's no shame in it, and the sooner you speak up, the more options you'll have. It's all about staying one step ahead. And isn't that what we've done our whole lives? Paid attention, made smart choices, and adapted when we needed to. Your body isn't trying to scare you, it's trying to help you. It's saying, hey, something's up, let's figure it out together. Now that we've touched on fatigue, unexpected weight loss, and memory changes, let's gently shift our focus to something that might surprise you, because not all warning signs are loud or dramatic. Some are quiet, subtle, almost easy to miss, but they matter just as much, if not more. Now, if you've ever brushed off a nagging feeling in your gut or ignored a weird ache thinking, it's just age, you're definitely not alone. But sometimes those little discomforts aren't just part of getting older. They're like your body sending up a flare hoping you'll notice. And that brings us to something many folks dismiss too quickly: persistent fatigue. I'm not talking about being tired after a long day of gardening or chasing the grandkids around. That's the kind of tired you earn, and it usually melts away with a good night's sleep. But if you're waking up already drained, needing naps just to get through the day, or you find your energy dipping by mid-morning for no clear reason, it could be your body's way of waving a red flag. This kind of fatigue can point to several underlying issues, like thyroid problems, low iron levels, even heart trouble. And it's sneaky because it doesn't always come with big dramatic symptoms, just this slow creeping exhaustion that steals your spark. So if you've been feeling more like a car running on fumes, don't shrug it off. A simple blood test could reveal something that's completely treatable. Now, while we're on the topic of things we often overlook, let's talk about changes in bathroom habits. Yes, we're going there. It's not the most glamorous topic, but it matters more than you might think. Whether it's constipation that's sticking around too long, frequent urination during the night, or changes in your stool's color or consistency, these are all ways your body might be trying to speak up. For example, constipation could be a sign of dehydration, a diet too low in fiber, or even something more serious like a blockage or early colon issues. Frequent nighttime urination might point to bladder, or prostate concerns, or even diabetes. And dark or tar-like stools? That could be a warning sign of internal bleeding. It's easy to ignore these things or blame them on what we ate last night. But when these changes stick around, or when they show up suddenly and won't go away, it's time to check in with your doctor. Because knowing early gives you options, and options are power. Another silent signal many people over 65 tend to dismiss: unexplained weight loss. Now sure, shedding a few pounds might sound like a blessing, especially if you've been trying to lighten the load a bit. But if the pounds are falling off without you changing your diet, exercising more, or trying to lose weight, your body could be sounding the alarm. It might be something as simple as poor nutrient absorption, or maybe changes in your appetite due to medication. But it could also be tied to thyroid problems, diabetes, or even cancers that like to stay quiet until they've had too much time to grow. The important thing is to pay attention. Are your clothes suddenly looser? Do friends keep telling you, "Wow, you've lost weight," and you haven't done anything to cause it? That's when it's time to ask some questions and get a proper checkup. Now I know, it's easy to think, I feel fine, so I must be fine. But sometimes the body works in whispers before it shouts. These little changes, they're whispers. Gentle nudges saying, hey, something's different here. And the beauty of being proactive is that even if it turns out to be nothing, you gain peace of mind. And if it is something, you've given yourself the best chance to tackle it early, before it becomes more serious. You've worked hard all your life. You've raised families, built careers, made sacrifices, and given your time and energy to others. This stage of life, it belongs to you. It's your time to feel good in your body, to enjoy your mornings, to say yes to travel, hobbies, and quality time with loved ones. But that's only possible when you listen to what your body's telling you and respond with care, not dismissal. So if you've been feeling more worn down than usual, noticing unusual changes when nature calls, or seeing the number on the scale drop without trying, it's okay to be curious. It's okay to say something doesn't feel quite right and check in with your doctor, because your body isn't trying to scare you. It's trying to help you stay in the best shape possible for the life you want to lead. You deserve to feel strong, clear-minded, and energized. And that starts with awareness. Awareness that's small. Symptoms aren't always small. That tiny whispers could be your body's way of guiding you toward better health. So take a breath, give yourself a moment, and ask, How do I really feel lately? Am I brushing something off that needs attention? Let's keep going and talk about another important signal your body might be sending your way. All right, let's keep going, because there are still a few more warning signs that deserve your full attention, especially if you're 65 or older. Now, this next one might surprise you: shortness of breath, even during light activity. I'm not talking about climbing 5 flights of stairs or chasing after an energetic toddler. I mean feeling winded just walking to the mailbox or standing up too quickly. If simple, everyday tasks are suddenly leaving you gasping for air, it's time to pause and ask why. Shortness of breath could be your body's early cry for help. It might mean your lungs aren't working as well as they used to, but it could also signal heart issues. In fact, heart disease is often sneaky in older adults. It doesn't always show up as a dramatic chest pain like in the movies. Sometimes it starts with something as subtle as feeling winded more easily than usual. And the earlier you catch it, the better your chances of managing it. So don't write it off as just getting older. Aging doesn't mean you should be out of breath tying your shoes. If breathing feels harder than it used to, that's a clue worth checking out. And here's another one we almost always ignore: changes in memory or mood. We laugh it off when we forget names or misplace our keys, right? And sure, some forgetfulness is a normal part of aging. But when memory lapses become more frequent, or you notice changes in your mood, like feeling more anxious, confused, irritable, or withdrawn, that's not something to brush aside. These shifts can be early signs of cognitive changes, including mild cognitive impairment, or even early stages of dementia. But they can also be caused by treatable issues like vitamin B12, deficiency, thyroid imbalances, medication side effects, or even chronic stress. The key is noticing the pattern. Is your forgetfulness getting worse? Are you avoiding social events because you feel off? Are loved ones gently pointing out changes in your behavior? When your brain sends these signals, it's not always about memory loss, it's about protecting your clarity and emotional well-being. And believe it or not, early detection and simple lifestyle changes can make a huge difference. Now let's not forget the final and often overlooked sign: unusual pain or discomfort in your jaw, neck, shoulders, or upper back. Sounds random, right? But here's the thing. In many older adults, heart issues, especially in women, don't always show up with classic chest pain. Instead, the warning signs could be more subtle. If you're experiencing persistent pressure, pain, or tightness in any of those areas, especially if it comes and goes or worsens with activity, it could be a red flag for heart trouble. Sometimes, the only symptom of a heart attack in seniors is a vague discomfort in the back or neck, or feeling suddenly fatigued and sweaty. So if something feels off, even if it doesn't seem dramatic, listen to that inner voice. It's not about being paranoid, it's about being empowered. You know your body better than anyone. If something feels unusual, don't hesitate. Talk to your doctor. Trust your instincts. Now, let's quickly recap the 6 warning signs your body might be trying to send you after age 65. Persistent fatigue, that deep tiredness that sleep doesn't fix. Changes in bathroom habits like constipation, frequent urination, or unusual stool. Unexplained weight loss, shedding pounds without even trying. Shortness of breath during everyday tasks, feeling winded too easily. Memory or mood changes, forgetfulness, confusion, irritability. Unusual pain in jaw, neck, or upper back, especially if it comes and goes. So what can you do? If any of these signs sound familiar, don't panic. Don't Google yourself into a spiral. Just take it as a nudge, a loving reminder from your body that it's time to pay attention. Book that checkup, ask questions, and remember, catching something early doesn't mean you're sick, it means you're smart. Your health in your 60s, 70s, and beyond isn't just about avoiding illness, it's about thriving. Staying active, alert, and energized. Spending time with the people you love and doing the things that light you up. Let me know in the comments. Have you ever ignored a health warning sign that later turned out to be important? Or maybe you caught something early because you trusted your gut? Your story might help someone else today. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell because we've got plenty more tips to help you stay strong, sharp, and well at any age. Until next time, take care of yourself. Your body's talking. Make sure you're listening.